Hello, welcome back to TEW 2016 here. I'm here once again with my WWE series. We are here at the Royal Rumble. We have some incidents here that I didn't see here, but Paul Heyman's just talking to Maria Kanellis there. Alright, so let's get started on the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. I had to fit quite a few matches on the pre-show, the first of which is Randy Orton defeating Rusev with an RKO. Second match on the pre-show, the Young Bucks defend their tag team titles against the Bludgeon Brothers. Beer Money defeats the Revival American Alpha to win their first tag team title in WWE. 68C+. I was expecting a C-, so good. Alright, next, and then the final match of the pre-show. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, defeats Daniel Bryan with a crossroads following interference from the Young Bucks. And Cody Rhodes wins the United States Championship. Alright, we kick off the night with a hype for all the big matches tonight. AJ Styles and The Miz, Brock Lesnar and the Demon Finn Balor. The Royal Rumble, these two men are two big parts of that. And Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. So let's continue on for the rest of our first match of the night, which is the Women's Royal Rumble match. We had a few NXT entrants because we didn't have enough women. We had Bianca Belair in there, Ashley Lane. Toni Storm was in there at some point. Candice LeRae, Chelsea Green. But in the end, Charlotte Flair wins. Alright, the other members of the Final Four were Bayley, Trish Stratus, Lita, with Bayley being the final elimination. Lita got the most eliminations over the course of the match, and Charlotte set the record for surviving the longest. And she celebrates after the match. And next we get a entrance from Becky Lynch, and she defeats Asuka again and makes the second defense of her title of the save, and she celebrates after the match. And I'm pretty sure there's an Asuka entrance misplaced somewhere throughout the show. Anyway, Seth Rollins makes his entrance as he is the third match out, I would guess. Dean Ambrose in a 88 B+ match. Dean Ambrose loses to Seth Rollins after Dean Ambrose intentionally got himself disqualified, so he did not lose the Intercontinental Championship. Alright, next we have a 75 B- match as Ronda Rousey defeats Emma to make her third defense of the save. And after the match, Charlotte Flair runs in and attacks Ronda Rousey. So the very first match for WrestleMania is made, as Charlotte obviously has picked Ronda Rousey. So it will be Charlotte Flair against Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania. Alright, next we have the Men's Royal Rumble match, which is an 83 B+. Daniel Bryan wins, so he will compete against either the WWE or the World Heavyweight Champion in the main event of WrestleMania. The other members were the Final Four were Kenny Omega, Austin Aries, and Batista, which Batista returned in this match. Kenny Omega was the final elimination. He got the most eliminations over the course of the match, and Seth Rollins was in the match the longest. So, yeah. Batista was really the only big surprise. Bray Wyatt was in there. Austin Aries was the last man I would have met. Yeah, good match. I was expecting worse, which is why I put the Rumble here instead of the main event. Which I'm hoping to God Miz and AJ do better than an 83, because if not, I will feel stupid for not having the Rumble in the main event. And Daniel Bryan celebrates to end that match. Alright, next we have a 75 B- entrance from the Demon Finn Balor, 85 B+ from Brock Lesnar, and the match gets a 92A! A 92A! Brock Lesnar defeats the Demon Finn Balor with submission. He makes his first defense of the championship, and boy, oh boy, does our main event have contenders for matches that should have gone on last instead. Lesnar was tiring towards the end of a 14-minute match, which isn't very, isn't very hopeful for the Mania match, whoever he's going to compete against, but he celebrates after the match. He is the still World Heavyweight Champion. A big hype video plays for the Miz and AJ Styles feud. AJ Styles makes his entrance. The Miz makes his entrance as I feel like I'm going to be disappointed here. I am not. A 91A match. The Miz defeats AJ Styles by pinfall. I would not have had that been the finish. I should have went and said by escaping the cage. So I had a specific ending in mind for this match. So AJ Styles in the last 5 minutes of the match is just destroying the Miz like he did John Morrison a couple weeks ago on SmackDown. He's won the match. He's hit a Styles clash. He can't. I don't think he can really do a phenomenal forearm springboard style in a steel cage, but he does a 450, and he puts Miz on the top rope. He wants to hit a super Styles clash when the Miz pulls himself up into a power bomb where he'd be in a power bomb position, fights his way off, pushes AJ Styles off. He gets over the cage, but AJ gets up in time, grabs his arm, and instead of getting Miz back over the cage, Miz calls out to his wife Maurice, who's sitting ringside. She throws a spray bottle of hairspray or whatever the hell it is. He sprays it in AJ's face. He drops down. The Miz retains the championship, and he is going to WrestleMania. And he celebrates after the match. In the show overall, gets a 91A. And AJ Styles and The Miz, and I'm going to say Brock Lesnar. These are the guys that deserve some great praise. Please, please, please. And after this, Matt, I'm gonna, if it loads pretty fast here, we'll take a look around the game world, see what's going on in other companies. But overall, I think the Royal Rumble was a great success. I was surprised by that Brock Lesnar Finn Balor match, and I'm sure Finn Balor he has to have gone up at this point. He has to have gotten more popular, and we will find that out here. Lots of people mad. Let's look. Oh yeah, let's look at my owner goals. So let's see what I have to do in my owner goals. Right? Can't hire anyone that's a psychopath, anyone that's a luchador. Finn Balor has to reach at least 77 popularity. I hope he reaches it there. Rusev, I have 2 years, and for these I have 2 years to do. Rusev has to be at 77 in 2 years, which right now I don't have any plans to push him, but I'm going to have to at some point. WWE must not have fallen below national size, and WWE must have risen international size. I have already done that since starting the game. Okay, buy rate, everything all right. So let's look at Finn Balor here. Has he gone? Did that do? Yes, he is now up to a B-. He was only up to C+. And now I have to figure out a high-profile feud for Finn going into WrestleMania. Who else? Let's look at Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega has kind of been modestly going up lately. Let's see where he's at now. He's in the C+ range, which is where better than he was at. Surprisingly enough, though, the John Cena match did not, I figured, would have put him up to the C+ range. He was still only C's going into the Royal Rumble. So the Royal Rumble really boosted him up a bit, being the final entrant and the most eliminations there. Let's look at Seth Rollins. Has he gone down any from... I guess he wouldn't have gone down any. No, he is solidifying himself as the top guy on the entire company right now. And when John Cena here, you can see he is taking time off. He's going to go film a movie. When he leaves for that movie, Seth Rollins is the new figurehead. That's just the way things are going right now with this. Anyway, guys, let's take a look around the game world. Let's look at the top independents. Not that it's an independent company, because it isn't, but New Japan. Let's take a look at New Japan. Their IWGP Heavyweight Champion is Hiroki Goto, which is kind of head-scratching. Chris Jericho is still the IWGP Intercontinental Champion. However, in the game world, Jericho has an injury and will be gone for a month. The Junior Heavyweight title was held by Kushida. I will show you why he's not around to have that title anymore in a minute, but I wonder who they're going to put in that role. The Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions is Kanemaru and Desperado still. The Guerrillas of Destiny are the tag champs. Taka Michinoku is the new U.S. champion after Cody left. Taichi is the Never Openweight champion. And Kojima, Nakanishi, and Sanada are the six-man Never Openweight Tag Team champions. Who won World Tag League this year? Jericho and Kushida did. Okay. So let's look around why Kushida isn't around. NXT Japan, I have launched another developmental system. Now we have 3. Zack Sabre Jr., few women. Tajiri is a trainer down there. We have Will Ospreay down there. Formerly known as Evil, Watanabe's down there. Shingo Tagai, I don't know how to say that last name. The Mightier down there. We got Pac, who's a trainer. Marufuji, who's a trainer. Kushida. Kitamura. After I hit international size, I knew I wanted to start a Japan thing because before I hit international size, I couldn't sign up many of them because not many of those Japanese workers work in America. But if I reach international size, I knew I'd launch NXT Japan, which I try and do in every save I do with WWE. It's just kind of a thing that I do. But let's take a look around the rest of the game world here. We have Ring of Honor. Their Ring of Honor champion, Women of Honor champion, is still Sumi Sakai. Jeff Cobb is the Ring of Honor World Champion and the Ring of Honor World Television Champion. The Tag Team Champions are Rhett Titus and Kenny King, although I don't know how... I think Kenny King might be hurt right now. Yeah, he's gone for a month too. And then the 6-man Tag Team Champions is Gresham, Scorpio Sky, and Matt Taven. And out of curiosity, what about MLW? How's MLW doing? Loki's still their World Champion. MJF is their World Middleweight Champion, and their Tag Team Champions is still Penta and Rey. Phoenix. Alright guys, if you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Thanks so much again. I will see you guys next time.